And so anyway, I told her, look, I'm a 4,000-year-old mommy. You're gonna be underage anyway. It doesn't matter that you're 15.
FBI, open up!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we have this woman and this woman only, and then our articles. But every so often I like to get deeper into the stinky waters of dating. So let's cover just this one woman, guys. I think recording from a NASA station on Pluto. And let's see what she wants to talk to all of us about.
A bit of a debate, which I love because I love a debate and that's why I make content. But I'm going to make a few things clear here that maybe weren't made clear enough. I thought they was, but apparently not. So I'm going to make it very clear now, both for men and the women. Number one, for the guys who do not like my preference, keyword there, preference, and keywords, my preference.
Yeah, so her preference, guys, for those of you that are unaware, is a 6'5" tall giga chad with a lot of money and a massive wiener. That's her preference, just in case you were wondering. And some men told her, hey, maybe, maybe don't go for the top 0.003% of men. And now she's all butthurt about it and making a TikTok.
For the men that don't like that, if you came to me and said, I don't like redheads, okay.
Nobody likes redheads.
I don't like petite girls, okay. I don't like short girls, okay. Date a tall girl. I wouldn't care, because you've just told me that I'm not your preference, so therefore I'm not going to waste my time with dating you. And that conversation would be very short-lived, and I would let you go about your business, and I'd go about my business, and I'd let you go find a non-petite, non-redhead girl that you like, and I would go find a man that likes to do non-coffee dates, bar dates, dinner dates, whatever. Really that easy. See how simple that was?
No, it's not that simple, because when we men say we're not interested in dating the 40-year-olds that are run through, you women have a problem. I mean, hell, guys, my whole channel for more than 2 years now is women complaining because men don't want to date them when they're in their 40s and run through. So you do have a problem with our preference that happens to be way more normal and down to earth than your preference, which is a giga chad spending $400 on a first date. But okay.
I'm not your preference, so therefore we won't date. You're not my preference, so therefore we won't date. So coming into my comment section and being like, oh, well, this preference is wrong, or, oh, well, you're clearly a gold digger. First of all, I don't know where you got gold digger from. I don't do coffee dates. Projection of other videos you've clearly seen that you don't like and that made you feel a certain type of way, but that's a conversation for a different day. Second of all, I wouldn't be fussed if I wasn't your preference. I'm not going to force you to like me. You must like me as a redhead. You must like me being short. You must like me being petite. You must like girls with smaller breasts. You don't see any of that happening because I don't care. Not your preference, and that is okay, because if everybody was everybody's preference, we'd all look the same and that'd be awfully boring. So I'm glad that I'm not your preference, because my preference is a man that wants to take me on a proper date. So therefore you see how us not being aligned makes us perfectly aligned for other people. Great. Girlies, when I'm talking about these coffee dates...
No. Wait a minute. So if you are perfectly aligned for all the people, where are those people? You're getting close to 40 and single. Where are those people that you're aligned to? Guys, these women, most women nowadays, they're not aligned with anybody. Interestingly enough, because they have hundreds of options, yet they are not aligned with anybody. Will it be? I think I'm getting onto something, guys. Will it be because their quote-unquote standards are too high? I know about that one, guys. Will it be because they're all chasing the same 5 men?
Us not being aligned makes us perfectly aligned for other people. Great. Girlies, when I'm talking about these coffee dates, I'm not talking just for the sake of talking. I'm talking from speaking to men, because when you make a man feel comfortable, they will tell on themselves. And I'm talking about across the board. Family members, clients, friends, random guys that ask me out on dates, random men I've got talking to on the train. I'm a very inquisitive person, so I ask these kind of dating questions across the board of all the men in my life, right, to get enough feedback that I feel like I can make a good judgment of what I'm saying is coming from a place of good background research, right? Sure, it's not fact from every man on the planet, but I'm not just taking these things out of thin air. And because when a man is comfortable, he tells on himself, when I'm with these guys and I say to them, look, be serious, I already know what it is, I'm not stupid, you can't pull the wool over my eyes, like, be honest. When I say that, they all admit to me, yeah, you know what, you're right. They all admit to me. Now, you will have men that do it for different reasons. You have the genuinely a bit clueless, don't really know much about dating, just stepping out into the dating world, don't know what they're doing guys who go, well, everyone does coffee dates, or I thought a coffee date was just quite a chill way of doing it, or they might have anxiety around dating, and they might have the right reason behind it. But even still, when I've asked those nice men, those men that are actually genuinely kind but just don't really know what they're doing in the dating scene, they just say to me, yeah, like I just want to fit in as many as possible and then I can just pick my favourite kind of vibe, which some people consider as innocent and fine, but for me, who's dating with purpose and who spends a long time getting to know somebody so that when I do go on that date with them, I'm dating somebody that I know I already have interest in, that does not work for me.
Yeah, dating with purpose, guys. So much so that she's close to 40 and single. You know, like back in the day, if you will check hundreds or thousands of years ago, people will just marry, what do you call it, willy-nilly, just about anyone. You know, like people didn't go through this woman's spreadsheet where she has all the guys lined up, you know, she has pivot tables and all this information about them. No, people will just marry someone who they knew from maybe a few months, maybe a few years. I mean, hell, guys, a lot of people met randomly. They liked each other enough, and 2 weeks later, they were living together, you know? There were multiple cases of that. And they had, interestingly enough, a higher success rate at keeping the marriage together than these women nowadays with their spreadsheet tables. Because they just put in the effort it takes to build a relationship. These women can make all the spreadsheets they want. They can make 500 calculations on, you know, to what degree and percentage do they match with the other chat. And they will still get divorced. They will still sabotage the relationship and the relationship will fail. Because they don't know the first thing about keeping a man. So, not really. The spreadsheets are not working. Can I talk today, guys? Can I talk today? The spreadsheets are not working well enough for you, madam.
Somebody so that when I do go on that date with them, I'm dating somebody that I know I already have interest in. That does not work for me. And if you're a woman that doesn't want to be dated like that, that is not going to work for you. That's why I say no to coffee dates. And so I will spend a while getting to know somebody, because again, a lot of this comment section is saying, well, coffee dates are just a really casual way of getting to know somebody. As a woman, I'm not going and meeting somebody I barely know. It's not fucking safe. Second of all, I'm spending about 2 weeks minimum talking to a guy before I go on a date. If he's really, really local, maybe a week and a half. But most of the time I'm dating guys that are far away, so it's usually 2 weeks. And the reason why I'm doing that is, one, for my safety, but two, also because if I could talk to that guy for a while, I've got a very good idea of who he is. Now, do you know that man properly? Absolutely not. And I'm not going to be naive enough to say that you do. But you have a better understanding of his values, what he stands for, what he likes, what he's into, whether or not he's misogynistic, homophobic, racist. These things will come up in conversation if you are smart enough. You have to know what to ask. And if
You see, there's the problem, guys.
Spend a while getting to know a guy and asking his questions first. You don't have to go on a coffee date to not waste your time and to be able to get away quicker, because you would have already known the type of man, to the best of your ability, that you'll be going on a date with. And this is why I always do a 1 to 2 week period of talking and asking really important questions.
Now, to be fair, guys, I'm going to be fair. A lot of the things she mentions are quite good. You know, get to know the person before you go on a date, evaluate his values and all that. All those things are very good. But again, we stumble upon the same problems. High standards, and this one just being straight up stupid, alright? Oh, he doesn't have to be misogynistic. Guys, what this woman considers misogynistic is, for example, she will ask you, what do you think about the wage gap? What do you think about women basketball players earning 10 times or 20 times less than men? And if you say, oh, these women that are terrible in comparison to men at basketball, they should be earning the same paychecks as the guys who are, you know, making millions and billions due to their abilities. If you say that, you are a misogynist. Congratulations, we'll give you the title. It could be the dumbest shit, you know, oh, he's a racist, he's a homophobe, he's a misogynist. Watch these 3 words and many others ending in ist and phobe get thrown at you for whatever bullshit you don't happen to agree with this woman on. You know? So, yeah, just plain stupid.
I'm not doing small talk straight away. I'm dating with intention, so I'm asking important questions. I'm asking questions that somebody who's 30 asks, because I'm not wasting my time. Even as a woman who doesn't want to get married, doesn't want children, I'm still dating with purpose. I'm still dating with the idea of, if I'm going to be with a man, it's going to be hopefully for the rest of my life. And so...
Oh, so what's the purpose? So you don't want to get married, you don't want children, you want a provider. What else do you want? Companionship and a provider.
Because I'm dating with that idea in mind, I'm going to ask important questions. I'm going to ask the questions that are really important, like religion, like children, like marriage, like where do you stand on feminism? What's your political views? And there's nothing wrong with asking that beforehand.
Can you guys guess her political affiliation? Make a bet. They're all the same. They just have the same beliefs. If you know the white 16-year-old girly that has her pronouns listed on her bio, she has the same political affiliation as this one over here. They all just have the same beliefs. But do you want to apply, guys, like for a job interview, to be this woman's provider? Do you want to do that? Now, she's not going to give you children. She's not going to pay attention to any of your needs or demands, but you can be her provider if you pass the test, if you fit in her little spreadsheet and you are better than all the other options she has.
You can ask it quite light-hearted, you can ask it quite casually, you can ask it more towards the end of the date. But also, if you're talking to a man that's also dating with intention, he's probably going to want to ask you those same questions as well. So it's actually beneficial for both of you. If you were doing this, then you wouldn't have to worry about getting away from a coffee date. You wouldn't have to worry about I feel awkward so I want to leave. Because you'd already kind of know the man you're dating-ish, enough to have a better idea. It's better for your safety, and it's better for you working out if this is the type of man I want to date. And I think the same goes for men as well. You want to know if it's the type of woman you want to date. But a lot of men are actually going to coffee dates because if they can get you on a casual date, then they might better get you in a casual situation. And a lot of these men are also thinking, well, if I've got 3 or 4 girls in a week and I like 2 of them, I've got a roster. I'm a woman that's not dating with a roster, so therefore I'm not going to date a man that wants to date with a roster. And because a coffee date screams that to me, that's why I won't do a coffee date. And to me, that's just common sense because, again, if you ask a man honestly, they will tell on themselves. And if you spend long enough talking to a man, they do tell on themselves. So if you're talking to a man for a very short amount of time and then going straight to a coffee date, of course you haven't got enough time to realise what his intentions are because you've not given him enough time to tell on himself. And another thing...
Guys, I'm going to pause it before she continues. This woman, you can see some sort of resemblance of intelligence from time to time. She doesn't have a roster, which, according to today's standards, makes this woman Virgin Mary. She dates with intention, quote unquote. Now, you can be doubtful about that, rightfully so, but she tries, right? She has like her little time of getting to know a man. All those things are good. She's somehow better than your average stupid bimbo, right? And I've tried talking to this woman actually, because she mentioned at the beginning of the video, oh, I'm all for debates, I like getting to know opinions, and she's created other videos saying, oh, men, talk to me, or I talk to men on the bus, or things like this. She tries to understand dating better, and I've texted this woman and a few others. I've texted them, hey, I'm a man, I don't necessarily agree with you on everything, but I would like to have a conversation, talk about dating, or I want to learn your perspective, because I am all for a debate. But yet these women, guys, they say, oh, men, let me know what you think, let's have a conversation. And then I text them, and they don't reply. What are you, afraid of something? Are you afraid I'm going to question your beliefs, God forbid, instead of the 5 mindless Beckys you have in your comment section, agreeing with everything you say? I'm not even dating, guys, and I'm getting ghosted. Isn't that crazy? But anyway, I've texted multiple of them. Not 10, but a few, and none has replied. And I've mentioned, and this is not confrontational. I'm not gonna get you on a podcast to make fun of you. I just want to have a conversation, You stand on your beliefs so firmly. You think that, God has agreed with you on everything. You think that you're the spokesman of truth. And then I ask you to have a conversation and debate a few of these points. And none of them reply, guys. They run away with their hands in the air. Anyway, they're afraid of the mommy, guys, and they should be.
Thing I'll say is, if you are speaking to a man for a while, one, if he's doing that, he's interested. If he's trying to speed it along, go straight to the date, that to me is not a man that's interested in me enough. And I've never dated a man that does try to speed it along. As soon as they try to speed it along, I'm out. But if a man is talking to you for a while, he's genuinely interested in getting to know you, not being there for lust, not being there to kiss or go to something else straight away, or just to look at you. They actually want to get to know who you are first. So one, you get told that. Great, that's great confirmation that they like you for who you are. 2, if they spend a while getting to know you, and I mean properly getting to know you to the point where they think, I actually quite like this girl, I guarantee they'll make the date better. I've never spoke to a guy for 2 weeks and then him still stuck to the idea of wanting to do a coffee date or even offered me that in the first place. Every man that I've dated, in my mind, more seriously and spoken to for a while and had like the 2 week conversation, when it comes down to the date and them asking for a date, they always offer a date that tells me, I see you, I take you seriously, you are somebody I want to take seriously, let me offer you a date that is a reflection of how I feel about you so far. Please just wait it out. If you don't believe me, test the theory. You'll get a lot of men fall off. You'll get a lot of men go, nah, gold digger, I don't want to do that. Good, they're the men you don't want to date. Carry on. Talk to men, say, I'd like to talk for a little bit longer, get to know you. The ones that stick about, the dates will be so much better, and those men are far more likely to actually be interested in you as
Well, here ends the TikTok, guys. I'm gonna say it. If you haven't slept around with men casually, I will accept it, alright? Even your extremely woke and radical extremist beliefs, I will even accept them. You know, go find a better man, a soy boy that agrees with you on everything, you know, the things that the wage gap is real. Go find a better man who you can peg all night, you know, good for you. I will accept all of that if you haven't dated casually, because if you have done it once, if once in your lifetime you have had S3X with a guy without him having to commit, without him having to fit into a spreadsheet table, without him having to pay $300 for a dinner with lobster and red wine, if you haven't done that, okay, go for a man who would. But if you've done it once, sorry, we men with self-respect are just not gonna pay you the attention. So some other dude has got between your legs essentially for free, and now you expect us to do the spreadsheet tables, the expensive dinners, the 2 weeks of talking, the no S3X until I get to know you for 7 months? No. But gentlemen, good luck on the petite red hair. Let her find some man who agrees with her on everything. And of course they're gonna divorce because women simply don't respect men who agree with them politically. Okay, the type of man that agrees with you politically is not the type of man you feel attracted to. But anyway, talking about men who agree with her politically, guys, let's move on to our article. We have two. The first one is very short. I just wanted to get it out of the way. How do I even date anyone? I'm 16, FTM. So I did some digging, and this is female trans male. Which I don't even know. Is this a male, I think, transitioning into a woman? Guys, I don't know. I think it's a male transition. Anyways, 16. What the hell? And the dudes at my school are either ugly or total douchebags. I don't have any friends either. I will know shit. People generally don't like me, and I don't know why. I could give you a few reasons at the top of my head. I can't even find a candidate. How do I even date? And don't say don't rush, because I have been looking for years now, and I'm tired of waiting, of looking, of being ghosted, of being blocked for no reason, of being catfished by weird child enjoyers. So 16-year-old, already run through, already broken, already devastated by dating. Not surprising. I want tips on how to actually start dating. Can anyone help? We have a person here asking, what is your ideal partner? Take a look at this, guys. Goth boy, metalhead, femboy. Someone who respects me, doesn't mind that I'm annoying and clingy. Someone who understands I don't take care of myself because of my depression. Guys, I can already smell this person. You know? He's probably from the USA, thousands of miles away. I can smell him. I know that stench, you know, that this person has. Depression is just... Guys, let's move on. I'm a transphobe. Oh no. I no longer qualify for the last candy we covered. Oh no. Anyway, let's move on to this. Why are so many men leading women on nowadays? I'm a 30-year-old woman and I have been single for so many years. I don't want to even admit. I feel like garbage because even though I know I'm good looking, social, and I have interests, Every time I try to just get to know a guy, they never get past the initial flirting stage. For some reason, they all love to breadcrumb me and lead me on without ever wanting to even go on a date. I have done so much work internally to fix whatever the problem might have been from my side. I have matured, grown as a person since my first relationship, which was over a decade ago. I learned not to chase, to be patient, to try and approach men directly, to not care and let them approach me themselves, to leave it alone, to try, but nothing works. They always drop hints and do the silly little gestures that indicate attraction, and then they stop. The people that know me all agree that I must have terrible luck. Yeah. All women, guys, have terrible luck. Isn't that odd? All women, guys, we have this massive epidemic of single women at 30, and they all have terrible luck. Especially if you ask their friend Lucy, they have terrible luck. She agrees. They literally say that there is nothing wrong with me, but it doesn't make sense. So at least credit where credit is due. Intelligent enough to figure out that, you know, the girlie's advice is not true, because they, you know, kiss her ass, of course. Oh, you're perfect, queen, boss, babe, girl. There's nothing wrong with you. But this person has figured out that, hey, I've been failing at dating for over a decade. Well, there must be something wrong, you know? Things don't add up. I spent my whole 20s alone. Press X to doubt. I haven't been touched or even properly flirted for years. I doubt that. I am exhausted and lonely, and it impacts me. It impacts every other aspect of my life. I feel so unwanted and unworthy after all these attempts. Yeah, try being a man. I feel like men don't even want S3X anymore. That they just like to feel wanted for reassurance. I hate generalizing, and I try not to pinpoint this specifically towards men. Okay, guys, you know what? We're gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. You know? She's playing it nicely. She doesn't want to generalize with all men. Okay, I'm gonna not generalize with you. Let's assume that this woman is has been celibate for 10 years. She says, I haven't been touched in so long. Okay, we'll take her for her word. Let's presume, guys, she really has been celibate for years. I know women do that too. Oh, you will be surprised. But from my experience, at least most women have cut that stupid behavior out by their mid-20s. No, they haven't. On the other hand, I have met even 37-year-old men who are so immature and just want an ego boost. The dating pool has been getting smaller and smaller every year for me. I'm now in my 30s already, and I rarely even meet people my age who are single, let alone people who I will feel attracted to. And when I do, the ones who seem to reciprocate at first just change their minds without an explanation. It's so funny reading these guys, because women have brought this on themselves. Men didn't used to chase the ego boost. Men didn't used to play women. Men were pretty cut and dry with their demands. I'm giving you loyalty, I want loyalty. I'm giving you financial providing, I want you to provide. Mostly a pleasant attitude and maybe a few other things. Men, guys, were, you know, chivalrous and wanted to be gentlemen, and they played their cards, they put them on the table. Here's what I offer, here's what I want. It's women who started playing all these games of chasing the ego boost, you know, having rosters, and this is what you've created. You have done this, ladies. So, how about you? I'm afraid I have wasted the best years of my life, my years of prime, because I'm getting older and I will not be as pretty as I have been. I fear I will just be a disappointed, lonely, and bitter woman. Sorry. I cannot trust people anymore. Every time I try to open myself to dating again, the same things happen, and I get even more distant and closed off. And then I read about male loneliness epidemic and stuff like that, and I get so mad because all the women I know have always wanted to be in stable relationships, while the men I have dated or flirted with never seem to know what the hell they want. Yeah, this whole experience of I'm trying to put myself out there, I'm trying to improve myself, I'm trying to be a good option for men, yet it's not working. Yeah. Welcome to the average male experience. This is why we have a male loneliness epidemic and not a female one, because men are the ones go through this. The average man is going through this, alright? And this woman, guys, we could give her the benefit of the doubt, okay? Maybe she isn't that bad. Maybe she doesn't have a large body count. Maybe she really is trying. Maybe she really is improving. I mean, she's intelligent enough, right? Maybe it's true. Yeah, it feels bad to have it all in place, yet nobody wants you. Because the other gender, you know, is playing some games while dating. I'm done trying to understand what is going on with this world. I am hurting so much just trying to get some physical intimacy, let alone a deeper connection. Look, the average man can give you physical intimacy and a deeper connection, way deeper than you can imagine. I'm talking about his wiener, of course. I have given up completely. This is the moment where this one just throws her hands in the air. I'm done. I apologize for the long post, but I'm in such distress and I needed to get this off my chest. I'll give you something to get off your chest. I hope at least someone out there understands how hard it is. It's true. We men, we get it. Don't worry, madam. We get it. Anyway, gentlemen, do you trust this woman? For me, guys, you know, I always apply the rule. Look, if you're a good woman, you're also decently looking. Not good looking, not Sydney Sweeney, just decently looking and good women. Chances are you're not going to be single, okay? Chances are you're going to be flooded with men. But I cool, guys. I cool. I'm a, you know, benevolent God. I could understand that maybe this woman is the very rare exception that sometimes occurs where a woman is actually good and attractive, yet she's unable to get into a relationship. Maybe, as Lucy, her friend, said, she really does have terrible luck. But what do you think, guys? Do you think that is the case? Let me know down in the comments. Point of the story is, yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? You know, when you ladies feel the same loneliness epidemic as the average man, the vast majority of men feel, you don't quite like it, do you? Well, maybe try to fix the problem on your side, women, because you are the ones who started this. Maybe you are the ones who should start to change the game a bit. But anyway, gentlemen, thank you for joining. Thank you for listening to me and Ampu. Leave me your opinions down below, and if you like the content, please like and subscribe so it can reach more men. I'll see you on the next one, guys.